Hey everybody, this is Herschel Froome from High School Top 200, and the next um, school on our rankings for the preseason rankings is Christchurch Boys. Now, Christchurch Boys is the fourth UC Cup team that's been ranked on here. Um, they have lost a few guys from last year. I think that even though they have kept a lot of their backline, um, they have some forwards that have returned, but I think they might have some gaps. But it always just depends. I mean, Christchurch Boys always have a lot of talent and a lot of talent, and so they're going to depend a lot, like they did last year, on some of their second 15 that are coming through. Maybe some under 15s. They've got some young guys that are down there as well that are coming up through their system. I think it's going to be controlled by maybe their backline. I think a lot of the attacking options will probably be out wide. It just depends where. See, because I think the back three will be Latham, Kelly Follini on one wing, with Jordan Jennings on the other wing, and Ryan Barnes at the back. Um, and Jordan Jennings and Ryan Barnes are both really young players. Ryan Barnes is only year 12 this year, and he was there last year. And Jordan Jennings is year 13, but he's a young year 13, so he could come back. And I think that back three would be, like I said, one of the best in the country. But at the same time, it's got to get to a point where they're allowed to attack without having that pressure of pressure. Like, don't attack just because you have to make up for something. Attack with the clear mind of, I want to do this, this, and this for this direction, not just because you're trying to clean up some mess. And that's what I think the back three should be. I know that they have talks of Tahu Kar in second five and having Jordan Jennings outside him, which is good. I think that'll work. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm not too sure if that's maybe the better option. And in my eyes, I think that might be maybe pushing it a bit. I think. But they would have a lot of guys to choose from. So, for instance, they would probably have Joseph Benny will probably be another guy you can look to, or Josh Wilson, or Jack Morton. Fergus will be another one. Lofhagen, I think his last name is. Guys like that. I think guys that are coming through and that sort of at that kind of level, that first 15 level. And so they do have some options. Louis Chapman is probably going to be to me the best player in their backline. Alex Hartford is back again, which is great because those two worked pretty well together last year, and that's going to be their strength throughout the whole team. Is that 9 and 10 and 2, because Adam Reed's going to be there too. So it's going to be. It's going to be interesting how they work it. Louis is probably going to have to be the main director of the team, and he's going to have to really try and control it, control that forward pack. Angus Tucker is back. Bob Latui is probably going to be the other prop with Angus Tucker, and obviously Adam Reed's going to be there too. Campbell Reed is back, and Sam Aslip is back. Aslip? Sorry, bro, if I killed your name. But Sam and Campbell will probably most likely be the locking combination. What actually works out well with those five, with Angus, Adam, Bob, Campbell, and Sam, because the big boys they've already played first 15 from last year. Adam is a workhorse, which will go along with also Campbell and Sam, who are really good like that. Bob and Angus would anchor them in terms of giving them a lot of border work around, and also a lot of bulk up front to even had to handle all these bigger teams that are out there, which is something that everyone needs to do, is have some of those big boys, and they have them. Being Colvin is probably going to be one of the players that they lean towards to probably go out and get the ball as an open side. He's probably one that they'll probably look to. Jack Leotoa is another one. Hamish Cartwright's another guy that they could probably look to. Corden Harding's another guy, but Cullen Moody is a kid. Is like a younger guy, but I mean Sam Cordwell is a younger open side, year 11 this year, who there's a lot of talk about him maybe being in the first 15, which isn't such a bad idea to have someone like him come up. They said he blew up at the under-15s tournament. I wish I was there to go and see it, because he would have been one of those players that I would have looked to come up this year as well. So if that means that him and Ben have to go to 6 and 7, then that will be great. To have such a young guy like that in there. Isaac Anderson is another guy who is back as well. So have a look out for him in front row. So like, there's going to be, they do have options. They do have a team. This preseason ranking is more about just getting a feel from the team in terms of a roster on paper, and then seeing where everyone kind of fits in and falls, and then comparing it to everybody else and what everybody else has and what they're bringing back, and then seeing what the summer looks like. I'm really, really, really interested to see what these boys look like up front, and seeing what they can really do. And so, I can't wait to see what they turn out to be like. Like I said, Christchurch boys is always a threat, regardless of what year it is and what players that they have in there. They always just seem to be really well drilled and technically really, really strong. But that's my preseason ranking. Christchurch boys, peace.